battle analysis video. Today we're watching William versus Josh's battle. I'm a big fan of William's battles. As you know, I've been covering all of his battles so far, and I'll continue to, just to berate his teammate Ting-Lu. So let's just start the game. Oh! Too loud. Josh sends out Electros as Williams sends out Dragology. Now, Dragology is a newcomer to the field. You know, he hasn't seen a lot of playing time in the last 2 weeks, so it's nice to see some change-ups in his team. Too bad he didn't replace Ting-Lu. Anyways, we see Electros only has Levitate. Now let's keep that in mind. Electros is a good Pokemon. You know, Electric type with Levitate. You know, it's not weak to any particular moves. It's not super weak against anything. So let's see how this plays out for Josh. Electric terrain setup, that's pretty good for Electros. However, Dragology can learn Thunder, and although it won't affect Josh's team all that much, it is still something to keep in mind. We see the Toxic Spikes. Toxic Spikes are pretty good, especially if you have a switch out team, kind of like what William has. You know, Ting-Lu and Whirlwind, whatever. Volt Switch. See, that's a big Josh's part, because he set up the Toxic Spikes, and he switches out immediately. Big mistake. He switches into Armarouge, which I guess is a good play because this is a poison type. And Dragology also might have Earthquake, which I love Earthquake. It's my favorite move. So I guess it's a smart play to switch out into Armarouge. Dragology responds with a Sludge Bomb. Very, very devastating to Josh. Bringing him down to 21, and then plus the Toxic, or the Poison damage, 12. So now he's down to 9, and he's definitely outspeeding Dragology, without a doubt. So he gets off, well, he tries to get off a Psychic, but, oh, bro! Ting-Lu. You know, I'm not the biggest fan of Ting-Lu. I'm gonna be real, but you can't go wrong with it, I guess, with its Whirlwind. So we see Psychic not hit, and then Poison knocks down Armarouge. Now, Armarouge was actually a crucial player against Williams' team, being a Psychic type. It takes out Salazzle, Gallade, and Dragology, all three of those, and that coverage is just gone now. So as we continue, we've got Iron Jugulus. Iron Jugulus, you know, we've seen Iron Jugulus come out on the field. Quark Drive, you know, that way faster now. That's awesome. However, Ting-Lu terrestrializes into a water type, which I guess is pretty smart, you know? It's not the dumbest thing. Because he tanks the Hydro Pump, which is actually really good. So he tanks the Hydro Pump and responds with a nasty Stealth Rock. Now, he's definitely setting up hazards to Whirlwind his way to victory. And you know, I'm a big fan of that. I'm a big supporter in that. So I'm proud to see Ting-Lu be useful for once in its life. We see the Hurricane do 46. That's exactly half, obviously, of Ting-Lu's. And then a Life Orb damage. Ting-Lu responds with a Whirlwind, get Iron Jugulus out of there, bring back an Electros. Now this is scary for Ting-Lu, seeing as it's a water type in electric terrain. Luckily though, oh no, it's not effective. So he sends out Dragology once again. Thunder. See, there's the Thunder. Lightning, then the Thunder. Resisted by Dragology. You know, then he switches out. Oh, switch out. With Volt Switch. Big. I guess it's doing damage. You know, it's something. But, come on, man. I'm curious to see what his fourth move was. My guess is that it's probably Volt Tackle, because Josh is typically someone who, you know, goes for the kill rather than sets up. So let's just assume we had Volt Tackle. Sends out Bisharp. Bisharp is actually genius here. seeing as you know, steel type immune to poison moves. That's very smart on Josh's part. Way to go, bud. Here comes Gallade. Now Gallade is Gallade's a little scary, being psychic fighting. You know, he's quad effective, yet he's quad effective with the fighting type, but then not effective at all with the psychic type. So he's clearly going for the close combat, you know, aura sphere, whatever. We see Josh set up the sword stance. So he's clearly setting up to do some heavy damage, and Glade has had some problems with sword stance. So let's hope Glade doesn't go for the let's hope Glade doesn't sword dance. Which it doesn't. It instead, well, Bisharp goes flying. Oh yes, that makes sense, because you know he's gonna hit the fighting move. Sacred Sword, yeah, that's smart. Way to go, Josh. Had to think there for me. You know, Josh, you've been doing really good this game. You've been really, you know, you've been really pushing forward. Josh, what the fuck? As we all see, Josh, the Rock, Arboleta, set up Sword Stance, is slower, lived a Sacred Sword, and went for the foul play. What? Huge blunder right there. Huge blunder. Let's see how this works out for Josh. Psycho Cut, half of his damage. He's still alive. He gets a second chance. Josh! Joshua. Clarence, may I even say. What are you doing, man? What are you doing? You're not choiced. You're not choiced. You actively chose for the foul play. On the bright side, he killed Gallade, but he's done for. He's not gonna outspeed Salazzle. He's not gonna outspeed he's not gonna outspeed Ceruledge. He's done for, man. Here comes the Salazzle. Shocker, Sludge Bomb kills because Bisharp, let's be honest, has horrible defense. There goes my lacrosse ball. Bisharp has horrible defense, or special defense, or one of the two, or HP, or something. And so, you know, he gets obliterated by Sludge Bomb. Even though he had the ×2 attack. Oh my gosh. Well, here comes Electros. Electros, you know, Levitate. Doesn't get affected by the poison. That's so swag. So let's see how this works out for Josh. Toxic. Okay. So he's toxic. Oops. Let me slow it down. So he's toxic, which is not good for Josh. Toxic is a very silent killer. You know, you never know what you're gonna get with toxic. You know, it could mean anything, or it could be the end of your run. You know, and it's just kind of scary. Then Electros sets up Electric Terrain again. I don't really see the point in this. I'm gonna be real. Iron Jugulus gets boosted, but Iron Jugulus is faster than everybody else on William's team, so he did not need to set this up, like, in the slightest. Because there's no way. Josh's whole team is fast. Like, all of his Pokemon are in the upper 200s, low 300s. He's outspeeding most of them, like, 9 out of 10 times. So setting up Electric Terrain is not smart. There's the Sludge Bomb, loses almost all of his health, and he's gonna come down to 4. Oh, he's gonna Volt Switch first. He's gonna switch to Iron Jugulus. See, once again, there's no point in this, because he's already faster than... Actually, no, he's not faster than Salazzle. That was a blunder on my part. But, as we see, Salazzle takes out Iron Jugulus, his fastest Pokemon, with Sludge Bomb. See, what Josh could have done here, instead of sending out Iron Jugulus, he could have sent out Cloth. Cloth, I believe... I'm pretty sure it resists poison. I can't be too sure on that. But I'm pretty sure Rock resists poison. And he could have sent that out. Because there was no way, like, he had Electros out. It was a very low chance he was gonna go for like a fire move. And even if he did, he would have Cloth out, and Cloth, rock resist fire. So going down to Iron Jugulis where it's neutral, that's just not smart. Anyways, we see Electros hit the field, 3%. Why did he even switch out in the first place? If he thundered, he might have done enough damage to let's see, 42 with Volt Switch. Now, I'm not gonna say this for sure, but if he thundered, he could have done a lot more, and honestly could have knocked out Salazzle. Going back to the game, Salazzle obviously outspeeds, Sludge Bomb, down goes Electros, and this is really where Josh kind of taps out. He still has a chance, but he just kind of taps out. We see Cloth hit the field, he's poisoned, and the pointed stones. Then we see the Farigiraf hit the field. Here's the knockoff. That was a good read on Josh's part. Now, Dark is pretty good against William's team, only really being resisted by Ting-Lu, but Ting-Lu is now water type, so Dark is pretty good right here. Knockoff was pretty smart. The Expert Belt, get off Farigiraf. Poison does hurt him though. And Psychic down to 38 does exact health. However, Anger Shell, this is really cool right here. Special attack, and speed all rise. That's smart. That's awesome. That could give Josh the advantage to win the game. I said he taps out, but hell, he could still win this. Like, his defense is horrible, but he's fast now. He's faster than I don't think he's faster than Salazzle, but he's faster than everybody else on William's team right now. There's the knockoff, destroys Farigiraf. Let's go, Josh. I'm rooting for you right now. Poison though. Poison is going to kill him. He has 2 more turns of poison. If he sends out Salazzle, Cloth is done for. And he sends out Cerulege instead, which is a little strange. Close combat. I did not know he was faster. Cerulege outspeeds him with close combat, super effective, especially with the lowered defense and special defense. That's going to kill. And what's scary about that is that Cerulege is slower, sure, to Baxcalibur. However, Baxcalibur doesn't really have a chance against a Fire Ghost type. And we know Cerulege has close combat. And Baxcalibur's poison. Plus the pointed stones, bringing it down to 3/4 is really scary. Here's the close combat. Game, set, and match. William took this home. Only sending out Ting-Lu once, and that's actually really awesome. So, that was the analysis. That was the battle. RIP Josh, you actually had that. If you didn't make that horrible blunder, you probably could have won. Anyways, way to go, William.